Hello, everyone. Welcome to the GERI Petito show on D.A.M.O.N Looks. We all know today's 9/11, September 11th, right? And I just want to make sure that nobody forgets that day, because that day was probably one of the worst days in history for us, the United States. And, I want to share some things about that day and about the day after. 9/12, how I miss 9/12. I want to read something to you, okay, that I actually posted. And I just want to make sure, okay, we're good. I miss 9/12. I would never, ever want another 9/11, but I miss the America of 9/12. Stores ran out of flags to sell because they were being flown everywhere. People were Americans before they were upper or lower class, Jewish or Christian, Republican or Democrat. We hugged people without caring if they ate at Chick-fil-A or wore Nikes. On 9/12, what mattered more was what united us than what divided us. Guys, that's incredibly true. And it breaks my heart. I can't even tell you how much it breaks my heart, because my family were immigrants. Okay, they came from Italy. They came here legally. And I remember the stories, I remember my dad getting on that boat to, he was 13 years old, okay, to go to Ellis Island. And he was 13, and he didn't know how to speak a word of English. He came from Italy, right? But he came to meet an uncle he never met before, and he did it. Can you imagine us sending our 13-year-old child to do something like that? It's unheard of, right? But they had no choice back then. They had to do things to survive. Well, guess what? The rest of his family eventually all came, all legally. They made great lives for themselves and their families. And that's all I ask for. But what's dividing us is horrendous. My uncle became a Marine, and I'll never forget what he said. He said, "I'm from Italy. I'm Italian, but I'm an American first. This is the country that gave me my wealth, my blessings." Okay? I wish we all had that attitude. What's really sad for me is that people are more worried about buying Nikes, eating at Chick-fil-A, Starbucks now. I mean, whatever. People are more worried about people doing that, wearing hats, let's make America great again, than uniting. And I don't understand that. The funny thing about everything that's gone on with us is everybody's saying how everyone's entitled to their own choices, to their own say. Everybody has a right to their opinion, which I agree with. But the minute somebody expresses that, a lot of people start going crazy. How dare those people have that opinion that don't agree with them? So really, what's happening here is a lot of hypocrisy, because people don't really mean that. They only mean that if you agree with them. So I'm one of the few to say that you do have a right to your opinion. I'm not going to be one of those people to bash you. I'm a Christian, I'm a Republican, and I'm a recovery coach. I help addicts. I'm a nutritional health coach. Do you know how many people I've helped for no fee? Because that's my calling. So I don't judge people. I don't hate. I just wish that we would all come together as a nation. I would love for 9/12 to be brought back here again. I want to talk about a few people. Okay, a friend of mine, Rich Brin, he started a movement. Enough is enough. His t-shirts are really cool. They have two hands holding. One is red and one is blue. Like, let's join together. Him and I actually went and stalked Fox News, and they let us on last summer. It was really cool. We had our t-shirts on and our signs and everything. And then I have another friend, Scott Gager, the man of over 100 voices. And both of these men you should check out on Facebook. Friend them. Tell them you're my friend and you heard this video. Scott Gager, man of over 100 voices. He's incredible. He wrote a song years ago called Red and Blue. He got to sing it on the steps of the White House. How cool is that? And I know a lot of you are saying, oh, the White House, this. Listen, stop. Stop. Okay? First of all, I'm not here to bash presidents. I'm not here to say who's the greatest. I'm not here to do any of that today. But I am here to say that we need to come together as a nation and unite. And we need to lift up our president in prayer, regardless of your thoughts about him. Because if you yourself is a good person, you'll be lifting him up in prayer, because whatever happens, whatever he does, his choices will affect us, right? So I keep him lifted in prayer. That's it. All my presidents I've lifted in prayer. That's our job, not to judge and hate. So I'm going to bring up another friend. His name is Nick Rotondo. He was an incredible man. I've been honoring him all week on my shows. I got to meet him live last night in person. We grew up together. And this is an unbelievable story about what this man has done. He just got his license for first responder. I'm going to read the poem that I wrote for him. Okay? This is important, guys. Okay, here goes. Nick Rotondo. Facebook's amazing when used for all good. Incredible networking creates as it should. Growing up in Long Island City, at 12 moving away, although New Jersey bound, left my heart there that day. One day I get a request on Facebook to join a group. You know you're from Long Island City, brought back memories on my stoop. I saw Nicky's post of his brand new license plate. First responder from 9/11, I reached out to him in faith. He posted about a documentary he was asked to be part of. I needed to interview this guy. I started praying up above. I didn't think he'd remember because we were really young. Then he told me so much stuff, a song my heart now sung. My parents were godparents to his brother Aunt. He remembered so much and started to rant. Both my parents are gone, but Nick's mom is still here. At 84, she still dances, living life without a care. The funny thing about this, when Nicky told his mom, being interviewed by Jerry, she blew up like a bomb. Don't you call her that, she said. Her dad was Jerry. Don't be mean. I remember them so well. Her name's not Jerry. It's Geraldine. Brought back memories I'll never forget. Our childhood rocked. Glad we re-met. Brought tears to my eyes. I said, let's please meet. Live in studio. Now this can't be beat. It's been 50 years. I kid you not. Never say never. Just take your shot. Reconnecting with old friends has been incredibly great. Not even knowing why. In my book, I saved this date. I want to talk about that. 9/11 is a day none of us will forget. The day we were attacked, our country under threat. My guests here today haven't seen since we're kids. Nick the Balloonatic made all the grids. Nicky Rotondo, incredibly cool. We were born the same year and went to the same school. 1961, born a Brooklyn boy. 1965, Long Island City, he brought joy. 1022 47th Road, my building owned by my dad. Nicky's family moved in, St. Mary's School to be had. Long Island City High School, graduated 1979. You made their Hall of Fame, causing trouble in the line. 1982, New York Transit was your gig. Becoming a musician years later, making 4 albums. Go fig. 2004, you added balloons. Nick the Balloonatic was born. Still driving and playing. 3 personalities are worn. You remind me of me. You remind me of me, jack of all trades. That's who we are. Life of accolades. Marrying Sally in 2010, reunited once more. Sweethearts back then. After 34 years, bus driving would end. 2016, the retirement trend. Before your first check, quadruple bypass at hand. God kept you alive for more he has planned. Two stepdaughters you have, Kimberly and Jennifer, is a big part. Although they're not blood, these girls own your heart. You also have a son and two granddaughters too. You like your children, but grandkids you love, it's true. The reason you were here, let's now make it known. You were a first responder the day hatred was shown. Sergeant Vincent Benvenuto of the NYPD commandeered your bus to help transport and flee. Becoming great friends still till today, shared that tragic memory filled with array. 9/11 was awful, but 9/12 was filled with hope. What the heck has happened? Back on a slippery slope. Enough is enough movement started by my friend Rich, hoping to bring all parties to unite without a hitch. Our country is in trouble. Let's remember 911 for emergencies was dialed to remind us what's been done. A coincidence it's not. 911 was the plan, was hoping to unite children, women, and man. A huge thank you goes out to all of you involved, hoping all your efforts created some resolve. In Gratando, I am honored to call you my friend. I hope that our reunion here on earth will never end. Nikki, my friend, I have no doubt. The day that you finally meet God, the angels will open the gates as Jesus will smile and nod. I want to show you guys who he is. There's a reason why I want to talk about him. Okay, that's Nikki. Okay. Nikki was a first responder, right? So the reason why I wanted to talk about him and read that poem was because I really do want to honor everyone, not just Nikki, but everyone involved that day. I want to lift them up in prayer. I want to bring them, to God. And I personally know him. We grew up together. You saw that. I haven't seen him in 50 years, and it was just an honor for me. So I want to talk a little bit about that day, and why we should never forget it. So, I had family members in New York. They worked in New York, and I had a cousin that was running through the streets that day who just gave birth to a baby.